start the story with two women. The naked one is getting checked by the other one, whose name is Emily, who is accompanied by a man named Andrew. Then we realize that she's in a kind of a test, and the test is she's to raise the dead, and she failed.
Anna, that's enough. There's no point pressing on. Andrew, let's go.
Afterwards, we pick up on the fact that they are looking for a woman, a special woman, a mysterious woman, and Emily knows the identity of the woman they're looking for because she has seen her in a dream. Along the line, we start to pick up on some weird facts about these two. Number one, they don't drink just any water. We can see the man is carrying their water with him, from which they drink. Don't worry, it gets weird later in the story. Also, they don't eat fish.
No fish. We don't eat fish. And if you want my advice, you should never eat fish either. Not ever. Burger for me.
Grilled cheese.
And a grilled cheese, please.
All suspicions that Emily and Andrew might be in a cult was confirmed when we learned that she has a family she obviously avoids. In a scene, we can see her wait for them to leave before entering the home and do this on the bed of the daughter. So their mission was unsuccessful, so they had to return to this man they call Omi, who apparently was the one who sent them on the mission. And it was after this happened.
I'm quite tired from the journey, but still really horny.
You want to have sex with me or Haka?
With you, it was perfect last time.
That we realized that it's a sex cult. I'm sorry, play it again, please.
I'm quite tired from the journey, but still really horny.
It gets weirder. You see, all the members of the sex cult can only sleep with these two, the leaders of the cult. And if you slept with someone else, or if you were suspected to sleep with someone else, you must take a test. Oh, it's a very weird one. Firstly, you'll be locked in a steam room until you pass out. And then you'll be surrounded by people watching you as the female leader tastes your sweat and announces to everyone that
Omi was right. Susan is not contaminated.
Can you remember the water that Andrew was holding? This. Yeah, it turns out that the water is from a well reservoir where the leaders whip into. Yeah, that is where they fetch the water they drink. In their next attempt to search again for this mystery woman, they were approached by a woman who called herself Rebecca King, who told them that her twin sister, Ruth King, is the woman they were looking for. And Andrew was like, nah, you're wrong. But Emily was like, let's try it out, because she looked like the woman I saw in my dream. But both decided to pursue other leads. That was cut short when Andrew got down with a fever, for which Emily decided to get some pills for. And there she met her husband, who told her that their daughter had a sprain. And when she went to visit the daughter and the husband, she got raped. Which means that she will have to be tested to see if she has been contaminated. So off to the steam room she goes. And after testing, it was declared that
How unfortunate. Still contaminated.
And then she was booted out. And this gave us the funniest scene in the entire movie.
Yeah. If I sweat some more, then my body will cleanse itself and I won't be contaminated anymore. I'm already sweating.
Oh, it gets weird. Gets weirder. Because now she's determined to redeem herself. So under false pretenses, she gained access to Ruth King and realized that, oh, she's truly the mystery woman. She has healing powers. So she drugged her.
Heck was that?
And she danced a little because now she's happy that she has found the one. Until this happened. And that was the end of the story. Yep, the end. And this to me is my best story in the entire movie. If you've seen the other two movies, for me it's simply about the absurdification of perfection and the folly of human precision. You see, Perfection is a myth we endlessly chase. It's an ideal we construct and attempt to uphold despite the chaos that defines existence and existing. And this story, I believe, mocks this human obsession by presenting a world where the pursuit of perfection is not only impossible but comically futile. The story is a tale of a sex cult in search of a chosen one. And I will tell you, it's a masterclass in subverting the idea of perfection through absurdity, because it's like saying that no matter how carefully we craft the rules, no matter how rigidly we define purity and accuracy, reality is too unruly to comply. The sex cult at the center of this story is governed by bizarre regulations. Members must remain sexually exclusive to the leader, they must abstain from eating fish, and they must only drink water into which the leader has wept. These rules are meticulously enforced, as if the cult's survival depends on such rigid purity. Their entire premise is hilariously self-defeating, because while they obsess over ritualistic drinking water, they show no concern for sexually transmitted diseases. I mean, despite engaging in this closed system of sexual activity, and when they suspect infidelity, their method of detection is equally absurd. The leader's wife licks the accused body to determine contamination. It's absurd because we know the tongue has many powers, but it has no diagnostic power. Hence, the hollowness of their pursuit, perfection, is being treated as a sacred goal, but the tools they use to measure it are irrational and meaningless. But the most profound joke at the heart of this story is the fate of the so-called chosen one. After all the toil, after all the searching, after all the desperate attempts to find a perfect woman, she is killed in a very unnecessary accident. If the entire movie is a joke, this is the most ruthless punchline that just shows the absurdity of the cult's effort. No amount of planning, devotion, or rule can outmaneuver fate. They had a fucking boat for her. A boat prepared for her. The entire quest for the perfect individual is undone by sheer randomness. Crazy. And the story is a double-edged satire. On one hand, it mocks religious dogma and cult-like devotion. You know, the absurd lens people will go to in defining and enforcing purity. On the other hand, it extends beyond cults and into the broader human tendency to systematize perfection. Even outside religion, we construct elaborate frameworks to categorize what is good, what is right, and what is ideal. But these frameworks can be shattered in an instant by forces outside our control. This story and the two stories before it, they are just the beauty of absurdist fiction as a whole. Because fiction promises coherence, it leads us to expect that dedication and effort will yield results. And absurdist fiction, however, subverts this expectation. It mocks the idea that we can control our narratives, that we can build meaning through rules and structure. R.M.F. Eats a Sandwich is an example of this. It builds towards an outcome that's undone in the most anticlimactic way possible. Life, like fiction, is not obligated to adhere to our desires for perfection or order. And perhaps in recognizing that absurdity, we can finally stop chasing the impossible. Although, I hope you wouldn't crash your car. This is a beautiful purple car. So tell me what you think in the comments.